A's bounce back and just beat the pinstripes off the Yankees in Game 2. Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name, all passion, no filter. If you are here for a fluff piece or a polite round of golf claps after a 10-2 loss, you're in the wrong dugout. But if you want the uncut, uncensored green and gold gospel, then grab your rally cap because this is the realest A's show in the game. I'm a Bay Area native who's been riding the roller coaster since '81, back when Ricky ran wild and the Bash Brothers were still brewing. This isn't just a podcast. It's a full-blown commitment to covering the A's like they actually matter, because they do. Every game, every transaction, every relocation rumor, from Sacramento to Vegas to Midland to Lansing, and yes, to Stockton. And we break it down like your fandom depends on it, because it does. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So smash that subscribe button like Brent Rooker, Nick Kurtz, turning on a hanging curve. This is Locked On A's, where we don't tiptoe around the truth. We launch it 450 feet to dead center. Well, guys, the A's bounced back in a big way in New York today, blanking the mighty Yankees 7-0 in a dominant Game 2 performance that reminded everyone this team still has a little bit of bite. Brent Rooker set the tone early with a thunderous home run that had Yankee fans reaching for their phones to check if it was 2023 again. And Nick Kurtz, the rookie, keeps announcing his presence with authority, this time with a 3-run bomb that left zero doubt. The A's didn't just score, they punched back, and this time the Yankees didn't have an answer. On the mound, it was the best version of JP Sears we have seen all year. The former Yankee prospect shoved against his old club, carving through their lineup with cold precision. He mixed his fastball and slider like a veteran chef, serving humble pie in the Bronx direction. And once Sears handed the ball off, Jack Perkins, his second Major League Baseball appearance, took it the rest of the way, sealing the shutout with a calm and command that screamed, "This game is over." Together, the duo silenced Aaron Judge and company like a librarian with a taser. The A's are not here to play victim. They are here to punch the bullies in the mouth, and for one day at least. The big bad Yankees were the ones picking themselves off the mat. We're here to break down the whole game. We're going to go through the MLB draft, a little bit of a preview, dissect Rooker's revival, Kurtz's swagger, and the starting rotation is starting to have a little bit of identity. It's time to start asking, are the A's building something real right in front of us? We'll see. What do you guys got, guys? I mean, what a great bounce back win. I mean, I absolutely loved it. Clark Schmidt was dominant to start the game. He was mowing down the A's. A's went down right off the bat, 1, 2, 3. Butler grounded out. Wilson grounded out. Rooker flied out. And then in the second inning, same thing. Kurtz struck out. Muncy struck out. And we're starting to see a little bit of a revival from Tyler Soderstrom. Tyler Soderstrom is starting to put together some good at-bats. He singled in the second. Sack fly in the seventh, I want to say. Sack fly in the eighth. Hit the ball hard in his appearance in the fifth, I believe. But he's starting to hit the ball better. He is starting to make a little bit back of a run. I talked about it a little bit on last night's show. Last two series coming into it, I mean, the guy was 8 for 19. And again, he hit the ball hard today. He's starting to get back to Soderstrom, starting to deliver every single time out. But again, the offense couldn't get things going until the fourth, where Rooker solo bomb. That broke a 27-inning streak of being absolutely scoreless. So that was fun to see. On the pitching end, I mean, this is the JP Sears I absolutely thought we were going to get all season long. I mean, he was masterful, man. 5 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 4 Ks. He did walk 3 guys, but this is the JP Sears we saw towards the end of last year. That gave us so much hope, right? And then he threw 90 pitches. He fought. And who did he hand the ball off to? A guy I've been so darn high on for quite a long time, Jack Perkins, man. He got the save actually in today's game because he went 3 innings, 3 1/3, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 Ks, threw 48 pitches, man. Jack Perkins is absolutely just dynamic today. Jack Perkins so far this year has pitched, what is it now, 6 1/3 innings. 6 1/3 innings. He has struck out 5. He has walked 2, and he's allowed a total of 2 hits. Pretty darn good for his second appearance all in baseball, especially with the second one coming in Yankee Stadium. When this team wins, we look good. My A's bias. Wilson has a ton of comebackers to the pitcher. He needs to figure out what they're doing to jam him like that. Yeah, my A's, he's playing in so many baseball games, so many at bats. It was good to see him get that at bat, get that base hit, his last at bat. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. It happens. The season's so long, and he's been good for so long. Even in spring training, my A's, spring training, he started off spring training like 2 for 20, and then he started figuring it out, got hot, got going. He'll be okay. I mean, it's baseball. Everyone's going to go through streaks like that. But yeah, I think he'll make the adjustments you're talking about. But yeah, he is getting a little bit jammed inside. Strikeouts have been a little bit surprising for him too. He struck out a few times the last few times up. But when this team wins, man, they sure look good doing it. And the pitching's been phenomenal the last few games. 3 runs allowed only yesterday, right? A shutout today. It's been a while since we had a shutout. Even in one of the games, Jacob Lopez has been awesome. So it's been fun to see that the pitching's starting to come around. Can it get consistent? We have the pieces, right? We have the pieces. We've been seeing a real good Jeffrey Springs for the most part. Severino, not so much. But when this team wins, when this team puts it together like they did today, they look darn good doing it. What's up, Master Ball? JP Sears gets his revenge for Shizzy, right? That was absolutely awesome. 100% he got his revenge. Came over in the Frankie Montas trade in 2022. Finally, a prospect that's worked out, right? 2017, 11th round pick by the Yankees out of the Citadel. He's been getting better every single year. He established himself as the ace of the staff for the A's last year. Got off to a decent start this year. His last few outings haven't been the best. It's nice to see him bounce back. When he has the command like he did, he looks great. Master Ball should have went to the game today. How close are you to Yankee Stadium, bud? I mean, that would have been a fun game to go to, pal. You should have been there. And Clark Schmidt looked fantastic. It's nice to get Rooker going. Rooker's always been the heart of this offense. There's no question about it. And for him to get the offense going, for him to break the 27 inning scoreless streak was fitting. I'm going to take a quick break right now, and I want to break down Sears and Perkins and how good they've been. Summer sports are popping off, whether it's baseball, under the lights, golf, so pristine it makes you want to buy plaid pants, or soccer, matches with stakes higher than your uncle's weekend barbecue bets. And if you really want to crank up the adrenaline, FanDuel is where it's at. You're already yelling at the TV, pacing during penalty kicks, and fist pumping after a walk-off bomb. So why not raise the stakes? With FanDuel, every pitch, putt, and pass means more. While your friends are baking at the beach, you're cashing in from the couch. I've been using FanDuel all season, tracking my favorite matchups, chasing same-game parlays like a lunatic, and sweating out bets like it's the bottom of the ninth. This app is ridiculous, easy to use. Payouts hit faster than a fastball down the pipe, and it turns a Tuesday night game into a full-blown showdown. Trust me, once you try it, watching sports with FanDuel feels like bunting with 2 outs and the bases loaded. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app or visit FanDuel.com to get started. Sears with the side of Jack. I like it, Coach. I like it, man. Why was Hamilton chirping at Wilson? I saw that too, my A's. That was the weirdest thing. I would have liked to see an A's kind of step up in that situation. I saw Judge kind of try to defuse it, but what was Hamilton doing? Just stupid, man. Just dumb. Chill out, Spaz. You know what I mean? Chill out. I mean, that was kind of lame. I mean, Wilson didn't say a damn word to the guy, but hey, always nice to get a win, man. Always nice to get a win. And again, what the A's have been doing a little bit is they've been going a little bit with it's kind of I don't want to call it the same thing, right? So what the Stockton Ports do in single A is they have 10-man rotations. I don't know if they're doing it as much this year, but what they'll do is they'll have 2 starters go every 5 days per game. And we've seen it a couple times for the A's. We saw it with Perkins and Sears, and then we saw it the other day with who was it? It was JT Ginn and against the Guardians, I want to say. Was it the Guardians or the Tigers? I forget, but JT Ginn did the same thing. And same thing last night, right? We had Sean Newcomb go 3 innings. So they're letting the starters go a good 5 innings, pass it over to the bullpen. Someone like a Newcomb, someone like a Perkins, take it home before you go to Miller, rather than, hey, one inning of Ferguson, one inning of Harris, one inning of Michael Kelly, who's actually been lights out this year. So I kind of like what they're doing a little bit. It's working. It's new. It's different. But anytime you can get a win over the Yankees in New York, especially bouncing back after 24 scoreless innings and seeing the bats erupt the way they did, is fun. And we're finally getting that 2-out hit, right? It was fun to see Austin Wins deliver a 2-out hit in that situation, up 4-0, with the game still a little bit in doubt. It was nice to see Tyler Soderstrom execute on a sacrifice fly. It was nice to see Kurtz again hit a bomb, 3-run bomb in the was that the 5th inning to get to get the A's going. A lot of fun. Kosher Dave 97. Good afternoon, Booney and A's Nation. Good win today, 7-0. Let's use this as some juice and get on a little win streak. Hey, wouldn't that be nice, Kosher, huh? Wouldn't that be nice? Get a little something going, a little bit something to get excited about, right? Put together a few wins. And we look like a team that did play a lot looser today. And that was fun to see. We hit the ball hard for the most part all day. We had good at bats. It was nice to see Lawrence Butler work a couple walks. He had 2 walks today. Wilson worked a walk. Rooker worked a walk. Kurtz did as well. Austin Wins had an RBI single, like I mentioned earlier. And Clark Schmidt coming into the game had I believe a 20-inning scoreless streak, something like that. I don't know the exact number, but he's been cooking. And to get to a pitcher like him, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So like I've said all year, this team has pieces. This team has pieces. If we can get to Marcus Stroman tomorrow, we can get a win tomorrow. Stroman isn't a bit, no, 100%, and that's what the A's have had a hard time doing. I mean, these Sunday games, when the series is tied at 1, is like pulling teeth. It's been nutty. I don't know how many Sunday games we have had where the series has been tied at 1 and we can't put it away against gettable pitchers. And, tomorrow's another case. So hopefully we can snap out of it. Who are we coming? And tomorrow we have Severino. Severino back in New York. I mean, hey, Sevy, if anything is going to get you motivated, you'd figure tomorrow's the game, right? Severino against Stroman on paper. I mean, this is a very winnable game. Today I thought was going to be extremely, extremely tough. You guys want to know what the odds were on tonight's game? Just to give you an idea. Let me tell you what the odds were on today's game. If I can what were the odds on tonight's game? Why is it not showing? Of course it's not. I will get that info for you guys because I'm actually interested to see how big of favorites the Yankees were, because I know they were huge favorites in today's game. And I want to know what it was. Now I'm here. Let's see here. The A's, Jesus. The A's Yankees were minus 304. You had to bet $300. Yes, thank you, Kosher Dave. Thank you. 304, nutty. That's a huge favorite. Huge favorite. Kosher, plus 240 on the A's on the back line. Good call. We need Sevy to lock in. I'm hoping with the pitching around him getting better, it helps take right. And it's also a big performance for Sevy and the A's come trade deadline, right? Tomorrow over under master ball is 9. And geez, Yarborough's on the hill tomorrow, I think, Kosher Dave. Is it Stroman? I heard Yarborough's on the hill. Am I incorrect? I could be wrong. I thought Yarborough's on the hill tomorrow for the Yanks against Severino. 194 over under 9. That's pretty nutty. But a very, very winner. And also, like I said, a huge start for Severino and the A's, because there's still some teams that are looking at Severino come trade deadline. Severino's a good pitcher to have for a playoff team on the back end of that rotation. He's done that. So Severino is definitely somebody that if he has a good start tomorrow, who knows if he gets moved. That's for sure. Kurtz hurts, but yeah, that's a good one, Coacher. Severino wants out. No question, Rocket Man. Ace, you think? Stroman sucks. I don't know if he's going tomorrow. I've seen 2 different reports. Do you think it's too early to trade him? No. How? He doesn't want to be there, right? He has, what's his contract? His contract ain't cheap, fellas. Severino has $22 million next year, $22 million in 2027's a player option. I'm sure he's going to exercise that in 2027, right? So I don't think it's too early to trade him at all. He hasn't been good. Mets need him for sure. I think he would be more than thrilled to be back in New York. Rocket Man, he goes before the deadline, maybe Rooker too. Yeah, I agree. Good call. I think Rooker and Severino have a good chance at going. Rooker's contract, I mean, it is, what is Rooker's contract? Rooker is signed through 2030. He has a player vesting option in 2030. He's due about probably close to 80 million. It's just, Rooker's what, almost 31 years old. He's probably the guy that holds the most value on this team. It makes sense. We got the draft coming up. Speaking of draft, after this, guys, and I'll be back in about 2 seconds. Let's talk a little bit about the draft and address what the A's need. All right, guys, we have the draft coming up in about 2 weeks. The A's have some first-round picks. I believe they got the 11th overall pick. Wouldn't trading Rooker and Sevy put Fisher on the ropes to make big offseason signings again? I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to do, my A's bias? I mean, I don't think this. He's basically what he's getting back in the revenue sharing and to make the $105 million luxury tax payroll. It's almost a wash. So it's, in essence, not really costing him anything. It's almost for free. It's, the only difference is he's just not pocketing that revenue sharing like's been going on for several years. So, it's what he's kind of supposed to do. He's kind of what he's supposed to do. And you really look at the offseason signings. I mean, are you really looking back at it and think, hey, Severino, and again, hindsight's 2020, but are you happy with the Severino signing? Not really. I'm not. Again, hindsight's 2020, right? At the time I was. So if we could unload him, I'd love that and spend that money on somebody else for sure. Same thing with Rooker. Same thing with now I love Rooker though, but I love Rooker. That's the only thing. I love Rooker, but Rooker is the only guy that brings value to this team. Now, with regard to the draft, obviously, I think to analyze what you need, and we're going to have a draft preview show. I don't know if it's either tonight, tomorrow, sometime in the next few, definitely before the draft. You got to analyze what you need first, right? He does, Kosher. Rooker sounds like an A's player. He does, man. I'm torn on that one because I like Rooker, man. He's one of my favorite guys. Did you see him kind of like working with Denzel Clark and in the on-take circle as far to expect from the pitcher? And yeah, he has that quiet leadership, and he's I like Brent Rooker. I don't know. Whatever they do with him, if let's put it this way, if they decide to move Rooker, they better get a ton. They better get a shitload for Brent Rooker. That's all I got to say. Yeah, trade Sevy. You're not getting nothing for him, but if he doesn't like it here, I think we'll get something. I think we'll get something for him, Master Ball. I don't think it's going to be nothing. The other guy that I think is going to go too is Luis Urias. I think Urias is going to go as well. He's a good veteran second baseman. A team like the Giants would jump all over Urias. He's cheap. I think Urias will go as well. We're not going to get a whole lot in return. We might get a prospect, but I think Urias will go as well. So if Clark can't get a bat behind him, he'll be an all-star. He's been hitting the ball better, though. You got to give him a little bit credit for how he's hitting the ball. I mean, in this series, today he was 1 for 4, right? Against the Tigers, he was 3 for 7. Against the Guardians, he was 1 for 7, not the best. Against the Astros, he was 1 for 10. Against the Royals, he was 3 for 12. I mean, shoot, if we can get him consistently hitting like 230, 240, I mean, what's our option right now? Bleday? I mean, I couldn't be more disappointed in Bleday, man. My A's, would you be mad if no moves are made and they wait till offseason to address pitching? It depends. It depends. If like we're not making a move because like we want to hold on to Rooker, I'm fine with that. I get that. That's kind of a 50-50 call. But if we're thinking like Severino, just to hold on to him, no, I want to get rid of Severino. I'd get rid of Severino for nothing. And I'm not saying Severino has been who I thought Severino was going to be. I thought we were going to get a little bit more leadership from Severino with that salary. We haven't gotten any of that. So not necessarily my A's, but like I said, if it's a situation with Rooker and hey, let's hold on to Rooker because he's kind of the face of our franchise and we don't want to get rid of him, I'm all right with that. And let's say they shop Miller and they don't feel like they're getting what they want in return and they hold on to him, I'm okay with that. But just to hold on to guys, to hold on to them, yeah. But so I hope I'm not necessarily answering that question directly. It's more like maybe. What happened to Geloff? Yeah, he's coming back, man. He's starting to tear the cover off the ball, bud. I mean, he's right now he's in his third game in rehab in AAA. He homered last night. He started AAA really cold. He was like in his first few games hitting like 130, but now 10 games, 27 at bats, 12 runs, 8 hits, 2 doubles, a home run, RBI. 10 walks, which is shocking for Geloff. He's hitting 296, OPS of 955. I wouldn't be surprised if Geloff comes back next week. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back next week. He's starting to hit, man. He's starting to look really, really good. Really happy with Geloff and what he does. And that goes also for Langoliers. So if that happens, you could expect Muncy and McIver to be sent down. I'm okay with that. But Geloff, yeah, it should be next week for Geloff. I'd be surprised if he doesn't come back next week because the kid's starting to hit. He's starting to, and so is Langoliers. So, yeah. What they waiting to bring him back? Hey, you got to remember he's only played 10 games. I mean, last night was Geloff's only like, third straight game that he's done decent. It's only been Langoliers has only played 2 games. So it's not like they're waiting a whole lot. You want to give Geloff a little bit of time. He's missed the whole season. I mean, he's only had 27 at bats, Master Ball. So in AAA. So it's not like it's not like they're keeping him down there forever. He needs to get his feet wet. I'm okay with how they're handling Geloff. Yeah. But I would expect him to come back next week for sure. But draft next week should be exciting, guys. When you really look at the A's need to load up on pitching. That's my opinion right now, right? You look at our pitching. We have JP Sears, free agent in 2029. Excuse me, team control, same thing, until 2029. Jacob Lopez, 2031. Sean Newcomb's going to be gone. Tyler Ferguson, 2031. Mason Miller, 2030. Mitch Spence, 2030. Now we have our prospects, right? You have Jack Perkins, who we saw today. We have him under team control for a long time. You have Gage Jump, who's our number 1 prospect. He's in AA. I don't know when he's going to be ready. Mason Barnett, who we got in the Lucas Ursay trade. He's had a rough AAA. He's our number 3 prospect. You got Luis Morales, who's gotten tagged pretty hard in AAA so far. Has had a couple good outings. When he looks good, he looks really, really good. They brought him in relief last night for the first time, and he was decent. 3 hits over 3 innings, struck out 4, I believe. Looked all right. You have Steven Echevarria, high school kid. who's in high A right now. He's gotten hit. Got to remember, we have Gunnar Hoglund, right? He's out the rest of the year. We got to see how he responds. Brady Basso. I don't know what's going on with Brady Basso. So we don't have a whole lot of pitching in our farm system. JT, again, we still have it under team control as well. I think the big thing is pitching is what we need to draft. Oh, you know what thing drives me crazy besides the A's losing is hearing the players complain. Yeah, I'm with you too, Kosher Dave. You compare it, you look at how the Tampa Bay Devil Rays are playing. We need to be a little bit more of the same, just as far as professionalism. That's for sure. It's not that bad. You're right, Dave Kosher. Todd Johnson, how are you, my friend? Yes. Hey, good win. Always nice. Like I said yesterday, always good to beat the Yankees or the Giants any day of the week. Severino struggles highlights the importance of adaptability and genuine leadership, not just talent or environment. 1,000% right. And for the most part, except his last outing in on the road against Detroit, he's been great on the road, right? He's been fabulous on the road. He's playing his former team in the Bronx tomorrow. He wants out of Sacramento, obviously. So if he's going to get dealt, he has to have a big performance tomorrow. Kosher Dave, the Rays are playing something. No kidding, aren't they? Oh my God. Their pitching's been fantastic. It always has been. You know who's tearing it up for the Rays? He's only had one appearance in the majors, and it was awesome this year. And he's been brilliant in AAA, is Joe Boyle, who we traded away for Jeffrey Springs and Jacob Lopez. He's been unreal. He's been that guy. So Rays have good ownership. Yeah. Aren't they selling? A win tomorrow, that's 3-3 against two best teams in the AL. Who's the other one? Am I missing? What am I slipping? 3-3 against what's the other AL team you're talking about? Three. Oh, I get what you're saying. On the road trip. 3-3. Right, 100%. I thought you meant against the Yankees, which would tie the season series at 3-0. I guess both situations is correct. But yeah, 1,000% right. Yeah, nope. Detroit. We lost. I think I messed up with A's bias. I thought he was talking about what we would be doing against the Yankees, which is 3-3. And who the other AL team we were 3-3. But on the road trip, yes. Yeah, no question. And then, hey, my A's, arguably the third best team in the American League coming up in Tampa. I mean, Tampa, you can make the argument like the best team, second best team right now playing in the AL. I mean, they're playing unbelievable. They got beat pretty hard yesterday. With Blade have no value, how about dealing Soderstrom for some arms and stretching out Miller? I don't want to quit on Soderstrom yet, man. He's 23 years old. I was thinking about that yesterday. I like Soderstrom at 23 years old and kind of the potential he showed at the beginning of the season and how hard he's been hitting the ball. And he's shown he could play multiple positions. I don't want to quit on Soderstrom yet. I don't want to give up Soderstrom. I don't want to do that. I want to keep Soderstrom, man. I think Soderstrom still has the potential to be like a future type of triple crown type of guy. Like the guy we saw at the beginning of the season. Like he's the type of guy that can hit 330 with like 40 bombs and drive in 120. He reminds me of that type of guy. You know, obviously, is he going to be that? Who knows? That's asking a lot. But he reminds me of like a Christian Yelich who put those type of numbers up. And he's only 23 years old. So, and we're seeing the versatility from Soderstrom. So I'm not up. I'm against trading Soderstrom. I'm okay with trading away Miller. I'm okay with trading away. I don't want to, but if we can get a lot of value in return, I'm okay with Rooker. I'm okay with Urias. I'm okay with Severino. As far as who to trade away. So we'll see. And Tampa got off to a bad start as well. I too like Sturm. I just don't want to see what else we have to deal. Yeah, no, I hear you. I also don't want to force something either, right? I don't want to force any pieces. I'd rather deal Rooker than Soderstrom. Todd, what's up, bud? Blade was good last year. Can't figure out what happened to him. Stay silent on that one for a second. Man, Todd, I tell you what, in the offseason, one of my many bad predictions was JJ Bleday. I said Bleday would be an all-star this year. I said it. It's on tape. I feel like pretty dumb right now. He was the 4th overall pick. You know, he was one of the most touted prospects coming up out of Vanderbilt. He looked the part. And he struggled with the Marlins. We traded AJ Puck for him. He struggled with us, and he started slowly getting better and then exploded second half last year in what looked to be a prototypical number 3 hitter. He hasn't been that guy. The Rocket Man, Ursula, trade or DFA? When? Yes. When, Rocket Man? When? Today? Cool. Trade? Who wants him? Yes, 1,000%. I'm with you. In. What do you get back for Rooker? No prospects. We need pitchers who are ready. No, I want prospects. I want prospects. Like, for example, let's say the Giants, for example, right? If the Giants want somebody, like I don't think the Giants would do it, but like someone like Carson Wisenhunt, Luciano, Bryce Elder. I'm just throwing out some names as far as prospects. For me, it would take a lot to get to trade away Rooker. I want a lot back. Detroit. Yeah. As far as making a trade to them, R.D. Moss. What's up, bud? Dave, he did, huh? Dave Parker, the Cobra, passed away. That's a bummer, man. You always see, he was an unbelievable A too, man. You always see him in the highlights when the earthquake happened. The highlights when they were getting ready to go on air was the Cobra hitting that double down the right field line. And then the broadcast went out and you hear Al Michaels, hey, we're having an earthquake. And that's like kind of the flashback. That's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It sucks, man. That sucks. That really is a bummer. I don't want to trade him. We need to keep the core 4. Who don't you want to trade? Rooker, Master Ball? You want to trade Rooker? Yes, Bamboo. RP. All right. Rest in peace, Dave Parker, right? Leclerc, yeah, of course. No one wants Leclerc, RD. He's on a 1-year deal. He's basically out for the season. I mean, that's it. We paid him his $10 million. He's going to get waived. We're not going to get nothing for Leclerc. 0. I mean, but the whole thing with Rooker, you got to look at, right? Are we going to really, does it feel like this team is trying to win in Sacramento? It doesn't feel like that for me. We have a leadership issue. I feel like we're not going to really try to win until we get to Vegas. And Rooker will be 31 in a few months. By the time he gets to Vegas, he's going to have 2 years left on, 3 years left in contract. And 2030 is a vesting year. So he's going to be 35 years old at that time. How much does he have left? Listen, I love Rooker. If we keep him If we keep Rooker, I am just fine with that. I am a big Rooker fan. Love him. So I'm okay. But if someone's going to throw a whole lot of prospects and give us more than he demands on the market, you got to take a look at that as well, right? He is a right-handed bat that can hit in the middle of an order for a World Series championship team. That demands a lot of value and return. If we can get the value and return past what he's worth, you got to take a look at it. You got to take a look at it. Keep Rooker. If we had one positive presence, it's Rooker by default. Yeah. Listen, I love Rooker. My point being is that his value right now is at the height of his career. And I have a question whether the A's want to compete in Sacramento. And if we're going to get more than his value, I'm in. Rooker is on a lot of ballpark renderings. Might try to trade him for that. Maybe. If we don't try to win in Sac, what kind of heart and spirit do you expect Wilson, Butler, Geloff to bring to the A's? Just teaching the kids it's okay, losing a mentality. It's the issue. My A's, you make a great point, man. It's the issue I've had with this team since the beginning. It's where my rants and my absolutely losing it has come from. Right now, there's no accountability in this franchise. And until that changes, it is what it is. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. In order to win, the first thing you need is not players. The first thing you need to establish is culture, right? That's the first thing you need to establish. Right now, the A's don't have culture. It has nothing to do with the players. It has everything to do with the leadership. In the clubhouse, yeah, I'm going at guys like Kotze. I'm going at guys like Forst. I'm going at guys like Emerson. It is what it is. It is what it is. We have to create culture. Cleveland could use him. They always have good pitching prospects. Anybody could use Rooker, Master Ball. There is not one team in baseball that couldn't use Rooker and that would put him at batting 2, 3, 4, or 5. If we can't win in Sacramento, how can we win in Vegas? Will the new stadium really be the turning point to make us a powerhouse team in the league? No. But what I do think, though, Kosher Dave, is now you have Wilson, who's 26 years old. You have Kurtz, who's 25 years old. You have Soderstrom, who's 25 years old. Now, these prospects and these kids aren't kids anymore. They're legitimate players. And now you build some veterans around them. And now you have something legit. Now you have Luis Morales who's ready to go. You have Gage Jump who's ready to go. And then you have the prospects that come up. You have Lawrence Butler, who's now a veteran at 27 years old, right? Now we spend some money on some veterans when we get to Vegas. That's what I'm saying, right? Now the prospects we trade for, let's say it's a Rooker, like a Carson Wisenhunt, for example, a Bryce Elder, for example. I'm just throwing out names. Those type of caliber type of prospects are 25, 26. Now they're hitting their prime. That's kind of what I'm getting at, man. You build from within. That's what I'm saying. I know they suck this year, but I don't think they suck this year, Master Ball. I don't think they suck this year. I think they're a good team, man. I think they have the pieces now. That's why this year's been so disappointing. I think they're a good team. I think they're a good team, man. Who could take Kotze's place? You. Anybody. Kotze, there needs to be accountability. Kotze's not going anywhere, right? He's signed through 2027. So, anyway, and Kotze's, if he even came close to managing as he played, it'd be a different story. I cringe every time I open the NFC trade and fear Rooker got dealt. Oh, stop it. Stop. For a Donaldson, no. If we do that, Vegas will not tolerate a loser. Win to sell tickets is a must. Over 500 next year, it's going to be difficult to get deposits. Okay. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'd love to win. I would love to win. So what do you do? Our roster right now, as it stands, is 22 games under 500, I believe we're at right now. I think we're better than that, a lot better than that. But in order to make up 20 something games, I'm with you. I hope I thought we were going to be well over 500 this year. So something needs to change. Buck Show. Yes. I would love a Buck Showalter type. That's what this team needs. Chemistry and culture. You called it. Kosher Dave. 100%. Kotze's too nice of a man. Yeah, he's a player's coach. I don't know if you can have that with a young roster. Vegas absolutely tolerates the Raiders losing. Yeah. Listen, I think it's hard to compare the NFL to anybody, right? Rooker for Bybee, I'd want more than that. I wouldn't do that straight up. I like Tanner Bybee too. That's not a bad option. I would want more. I like Tanner Bybee. It's not a bad call right there, but pitchers are crazy though. You never know how the pitcher's going to go. They're one injury away from being done. Buck Showalter, he couldn't win with the Mets. I don't know if we're looking for somebody necessarily, Levi, to necessarily guide us to winning, right? I think we need somebody to start holding young kids accountable, right? With the Mets situation was different. I don't think he was a fit for those Mets teams. Vegas sells its tickets to visitors when the Raiders are losing. Like I said, NFL is just a different animal when you're talking about that, though. But I feel like we're a very, very good team, and it should be interesting to see what we do at the deadline. I do want to see guys like Rooker. I do want to see them stay in place. I think we're built to win now. This team has shocked me as far as what they have done this year. And for me, the reason for it is the culture. And that needs to change. And how you change that culture is right now the leadership. But we have nobody to hold each other accountable. When the leaders aren't being held accountable, there is an issue. And my only point with a guy like Rooker, I want to keep Rooker. Let's get that straight. But he is the only piece with value. If you can get more than he is worth, you have to seriously take a look at that as the organization moves forward. That's all I'm getting at, fellas. Anyway, hey, as always, guys, appreciate you tuning in. You guys are the absolute best. RD, Levi, Kosher Dave, my A's, Master Ball. Appreciate you all coming by, man. G-Dubs, thank you, guys. But let's see if we could turn the trend tomorrow a little bit and get a win. Series win in New York. That'd be fun. Get on a little bit of a roll. Get something exciting, Who knows? Let's make the goal okay, by the end of July, let's get within 6 of the wild card. What are we right now? I refuse to have my off season start in June. I refuse to have my off season start in June. So I'm not quitting on no wild card. It's long shot. I get it. Highly unlikely. Hey, we're 10 out. Getting within 4 games, making up 4 games in a month is not out of the freaking question. RD, mimosas in baseball. There you go, buddy. There you go, my friend. Absolutely. Take care, fellas. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, huh? Have a good Saturday. Have a good evening. Whatever you guys got planned. Take care, fellas. Yeah, 10 a.m. start. Love the 10 a.m. start. Love the 10 a.m. starts. Thanks for kicking it with Locked On A's and making us your first listen today. Seriously, I really, really appreciate it more than you know. Now, for your second listen, slide on over to Locked On MLB Game Night. It's like MLB Red Zone. Every game, every night, all season long. Rapid fire highlights, instant analysis, and local hosts breaking it all down like your favorite baseball barstool buddy. Catch MLB Game Night on the Locked On MLB YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.